Well, all right, let's talk about Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs with an awesome game. Listen, them beating the Raiders is not a surprise. The Raiders are having a rough season, and the Chiefs are the Chiefs. But the way that they beat them was a surprise. Divisional matchups tend to be closer than you expect. This certainly was not. Let's talk about the dominance from Mahomes, the dominance from the line, from the receiving core, and from the coaching staff. I thought it was a great coached game, and this play was a great one to kick it off with, where you see what the players towards the top of the screen are doing. Okay, screen pass, right? That's what it's got to be. Mahomes takes the snap. He's going to pump fake a little bit there, and you even see the receiver who is pretending as though he's going to get the pass. He's jumping up as though the pass has come this way, but that is not where the Chiefs are going. They're just doing that to draw those two Raiders players underneath. Mahomes then throws it down the field. It was zone coverage, so that's kind of why that worked so well. Noah Gray, nice job being able to get down the field, make the catch, and all that good stuff. So, yeah, some really good coaching and then well executed by the players. That's a lot of what we saw. This play was another one that the Chiefs do a lot, and a play that I like. It's going to be, essentially it's almost the same rules as when you have a quarterback designed to run, but instead of the quarterback running, because you don't want Mahomes to run at the goal line in the regular season, certainly, maybe the Super Bowl, but not the regular season. So instead they're going to have Rashee Rice go in motion from the offensive left to the offensive right. I don't think it's a total coincidence that it's Rice, the guy coming back from a suspension, who they're putting in the lineup, because, I'm sure he doesn't feel great about just how everything has gone down. And listen, it was his own fault, right? But still, if you're a coach, you want to give him some confidence. So let's run a play to get him into the end zone. That's what they're going to do. And as you see, this is well blocked. Again, got to make your blocks, and the Chiefs did a great job of that in the game. There was a penalty, but it was on the Raiders, so play stood, and the Raiders were able to get the opening touchdown. And you know what? While we're talking about good coaching, we got to talk about my favorite play I've seen in a while. So it's this one. It's a 4th and 1 situation, and do you want to go for it? Do you want to maybe just try and draw them off sides? That's kind of the dilemma. And so they're going to fake as though they are trying to draw them off sides, but that's not actually what they're going to do. So I'm going to play some audio. There is some F-bombs that are going to be said by Patrick Mahomes. So just, any kids, if you don't want to watch that, if you're a parent watching with your kids or something, skip ahead for a little bit, or maybe mute it for a little bit, although I have the words on the screen too, so probably just skip ahead.
Tried to draw him offside.
So yeah, he did that, and why do you do that? Well, he's trying to sell as though, like, oh man, this play never works. Why do we do this? This isn't gonna succeed. Which in hindsight is like incredible overacting, but at the time, I believed it, right? Because it's not something you think about, a team faking a fake. Because then watch how Mahomes gonna kind of lackadaisically go back towards the ball, but then he takes the snap, he take the handoff, and they pick up the first down. I mean, that's just fun, right? This is the stuff I feel like the Chiefs were doing all the time a couple of years ago, and have kind of gone away from it. It's fun to see them doing it again here. And the poor Raiders are thinking, like, why are you doing all this creative stuff against us? We can't beat you not doing creative stuff. We certainly can't beat you if you are doing this stuff. Although also I do have to go over here and, like, listen, as much as I want to sit here and say this is all great Chiefs, obviously an element of it as well was Raiders could have done some better defense, played some better defense on some of these plays. Like this one, for example, you see it's going to be Kelsey running a route, going over the middle right here against a zone coverage concept. Okay, these plays can work, right? You can often find a gap in coverage. You see Mahomes takes the snap. Ultimately, a linebacker is going to end up picking up this play after a different Raiders player trips and falls. Right here, Mahomes is not going to throw this to Kelsey. He is going to step up, and the linebacker covering Kelsey is just going to get a bit too excited. Watch as he goes like looking for Mahomes, and Mahomes, to his credit, the way that he sees the field, I think that might be his real superpower, is his field vision. The fact that he notices this immediately and gets the ball over there. But also, like, you have two teammates in front of you if you're 52 there for the Raiders. Trust your teammates are going to make the tackle, because you stepping in front isn't going to do much, but you giving up your assignment on Kelsey gives up a huge gain. It's not good football. But again, credit to the Chiefs for taking advantage. Heading over to a play like this, I do think it's worth mentioning, like, Rashee Rice getting back doesn't just help the Chiefs for that reason. It doesn't just help the Chiefs because you get Rashee Rice plays. What it also does is it gives everyone an easier matchup, right? Like, this is going to be Hollywood Brown running this route, who, only had a couple catches in the game, but this was one of them. You're getting an easier matchup right here. So Hollywood Brown, was kind of at times for the Chiefs having to be like a number one option or a number two option, and he's just not that type of player. But now when he can be kind of a slot guy who gets an easier matchup. Watch how, despite the all-out blitz, Mahomes gets rid of the ball quickly, and they get the touchdown. Hollywood Brown wins that matchup. Again, it's also against the Raiders too, but nonetheless, this is good stuff here by the Kansas City Chiefs to have depth now. A lot of times, while stars are what sell tickets, a lot of times it's depth that wins games and wins championships, and having a starter back and a good player in Rashee Rice also just helps your depth because it moves everyone kind of down one spot. There's also just some crazy things that happen to work out. This play, you see him going outside right here, right near the line of scrimmage. Again, there's one quarterback in the league I have seen so consistently be willing to make throws at this spot, right? It feels like there's so many quarterbacks in the league that either are running out of bounds or, not making anything work, and for good reason. If you try to throw over the middle, a lot of times it won't work. Here, though, Mahomes does decide, and look at that catch from Xavier Worthy. I mean, again, was it risky? Potentially, but we've seen Mahomes do this enough times. We know that it is successful. It's kind of funny. It's almost like him, and you see some of the quarterbacks like Jameis Winston and some of those players. It's almost like they have that same thing in them where they try to make these impossible plays work. It's just Mahomes consistently makes it work, which is just crazy. Although I will mention, there was some turnover luck. You see Hollywood Brown was kind of doing his best to not protect the football, fumbled it, but Worthy picked it up. You had this play where Mahomes and his receiver not on the same page. Could have been picked. This one should have been picked. That was a great play design. We saw Mahomes throw an interception in a very similar way against Jacksonville, where a player lined up blitzing, drops back into coverage, and Mahomes just missed that. Again, you're now having players try to catch the ball when they're not used to doing that in live games, so it's difficult. But ultimately, some turnover luck here. That is fair to say. But on the flip side, you saw this play is just a ridiculous play by Patrick Mahomes. So it's going to be zone coverage. The Chiefs have a player who's going to be going more over the middle. It's Juju Smith-Schuster on this play. And this is just one of those classic Mahomes things where watch what he does. Watch how when he takes the snap, look at his eyes. Look at how he's looking more towards the top of the screen. I don't think this is a pure no-look pass. I think he's going to look for just a brief second. But watch how quickly he goes from not seeing the bottom of the field, or the bottom of the screen, to throwing in that direction. Watch as he turns, and then immediately, it's like bang, bang. It's almost instantaneous how he's doing that. That pass actually got tipped, so it still wasn't perfect, but if he doesn't, if he looks and then throws, that could have been an interception. The fact that he goes that quickly, again, it's these little things that don't seem like much, but that's the difference in an incomplete pass or a turnover to a first down on 3rd and 14. They also had this 3rd and 14 where Mahomes takes the snap. It's going to run just a screen pass. And again, you see really well blocked. The closest unblocked player has a long way to go. And watch that. It's Brashad Smith, who's actually done some nice things for the Chiefs since getting some playing time. He does a good job of helping pick up that first down. So, again, well blocked. Got players executing really good scheme. And the Chiefs being able to, again, beating the Raiders is no major accomplishment. A lot of teams have done it this season. It's been everyone but the Titans and weirdly the Patriots also. But the fact that they were able to win by this much and look this dominant is what the accomplishment really is, in my opinion. So, really good stuff by the Chiefs. That's what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from you. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.